Good morning, guys. In today's session, we are going to discuss about array properties and methods. In previous session, we have already discussed about what is an array and how to create an array, in how many ways we can create an array. Nothing but the syntax of creating an array we seen. And one more thing, we have already seen the iteration of array values as well. Right now, in this session, we are going to discuss about properties and methods. We have one property, guys, length property. By using this length property, we can find the length of an array. Right, remaining we have some methods are there, and I categorize. No, we have so many methods. I just discussing some methods, and I want to discuss some more methods in some other category. And next, in the next session, we are going to discuss about the sorting methods. How can we sort array values? But in this session, we are just going to discuss about the methods which I am showing you on the slide. And let us start discussing those methods as well, guys. Now, I just want to implement the same here. Let us go and check it. Right, this is an array I have with some elements in my array. There are 6 elements in the array. Just I want to find the length of an array. We already seen this anyhow. Let me write it. Console.log. So what is your array? Subjects is my array. Dot length. You have dot length property like this. So we know the difference, right? If it is a method, we can have parentheses at the end, but it is not a method. It is a property. Just leave it as a dot length. That's it. And you can run the file. You can check in the console. You can see the length of an array. What is the length of an array? I have 6 elements in my array. This is my length of an array. And the next method is here. We have a method called toString method. What is this toString method will do? Very important here. The toString method, and one more thing is join method. They will ask us the difference between the toString and join in interviews. So let us see the methods one by one. First, I want to go with toString method. By using this toString method, we can convert an array into a string. Actually, this is an array. If you have any confusion, you can just go and you can find the type of array. Just let us see. I'm just going to print the type of array. The type of array is an object. Array is a special type of object for us, and you can just refresh it and you can see the type of is an object. So I want to convert this object into a string. To do this, guys, we have a method called .toString subjects dot array. Nothing but your array dot toString method. You can just apply toString S capital, and in this toString the S capital. JavaScript is case sensitive, so we have to write as it is. How they mentioned, in the same manner we have to write it. Now can you see it is going to be converted into a string, right? So or else you can just print an array before converting. Just I'm going to print my array subjects. You can see the how it is going to print on the console. This is just I'm printing the whole array. After that I'm converting the array into a string. Can you see the difference here? You can see this is an array, right? And this is a string. If you have any doubt, we can write the type of also. Just you can write this as a type of, so that you will understand this is type of, and here also we can write type of, so we can easily understand whether it is converted into an string or not. Let's refresh it. Can you see first one is object. Of that what we did, we converted and we're taking this as a string or not. This is nothing but toString method. So we can convert an array, not only an array. Let me take an object here. So I just want to go with an object where obj equal to, let's have some key and value pair here, name and sorry, key, right? Key should not be in quotes, and name and some city name. Let us have something called Rom, and have something city is a key with something called HYD. This is my object. So just we seen arrays already, and by using toString method we converted an array into a string. Now just I want to check how can we do the same for objects as well. So let us check this object as well. So if you want, you can check the type of object first of all. So what is type of object? Object only. So we don't need to go for type of obj value, right? So now you can check it simply. This is object. Now I want to convert this into a string. So obj.toString, just I'm converting. So let us check whether we can or not. Obj.toString. Now you can see the type of is going to be string. So toString method is not only for an array, and we can use the same for an object also. By using this toString method, we can convert an array into a string, or we can convert an object into a string as well. This is the toString method duty. So we can just convert the string and we can just append this. If you want to append this to data div, yes, you can just go and append this to data div document dot get element by id. So your id is data dot inner html equal to, just you can write it obj.toString. Just I'm directly appending it. Directly you can check it directly. This is, now you can refresh the screen and you can see the object values on the screen, but it is an object. Here one more thing, string is also an object in JavaScript. So we are getting like this, but if we can print on the console, let me check it. I just want to print this on the console. I converted this object into a string. Just let me refresh it and you can refresh the string. It is also getting object of object. We are getting something object and its data type is object, right? So we have some methods and properties. So we have some methods. We have already seen 2 or 3 methods in object, right? Object dot keys, object dot values. These are the methods of object. There are more methods also there in object. Later we will see those methods as well, right? This is how we can convert an array into an object. So, but the prototype is coming as string. Just for the confirmation, I'm checking whether the object is converted into a string or not, whether the array is converted into a string or not by using type of keyword, right? This is what the toString method. By using this method, we can convert an array into a string. Now the next method is join method. So what is this join method will do, right? It is also same as toString. What a toString can do, the same will done by join method also. But one difference is there. We can use some separator. We can use some separator between the values of an array. I mean, earlier what happened if you can use toString? There is no separator. By default, comma is there. The same comma separator came. So 1 minute. Let me write the same again one more time. So I just want to see the difference once again. Or else we will do one thing, document dot get element by id of data dot inner html equal to, you can write simply subjects dot toString. Just I am writing the method directly, subjects dot toString. Now you can see data will appended on the screen to the div element. You can check whether it is appended to div element, or if you want to check, simply you can go data was appended to div element. Can you see? Yeah, this is the div and it appended to div. Sorry, the data was appended to the div. Now the next thing here, I just want to go with the join method. Can you see? I'm just using the join method here. What join method will also, it is also going to the same, nothing difference is there. Can you see, is there any difference? No. But here we can use a separator here. Can you see? I'm just going with a star symbol. Then what's going to happen? Every value of an array is going to be separated by HTML star, CSS star, something like this. Can you see? The star was here like this. You want to have some space and after and before, and you can check it and you will see the output will look like this. Not only the star symbol, you can use any one of the character. By default, it is coming with the comma. If you want, you can use comma as well. No problem. So this is by default, our output is coming. You want to use any @ symbol, hash and all. Now you can see comma @ symbol as is the separator for main of every element in the array. This is the same as toString, but we can use separator in join method, right? So next thing is here, we have another methods for adding and removing elements. So those methods we will see in detail. Okay, let us go and let us take the same array here. I just want to add an element to an array. How can we add an element to an array? So by coming here and by keeping comma and we can add an element, right? No, I'm not talking about this. I want to add an element programmatically. So I want to add an element by using a method. So here we have some methods, guys, to add an element. So to add an element to an array, we have a method called push and we have one more method called unshift is the method. So we have 2 methods are there here. By using these 2 methods, we can add an element to an array. But what these methods will do, both methods are for adding elements only, but where they will add, how they will add, we are going to see now. Right? Let us go with the push method first now. So I am going to write this as a subjects.push. Can you see? In this, I just want to add an element to the subjects, guys. That's why subjects is in our array dot push. Whatever you want to push, Yes, you can come here and let us write something called angular. Then what is going to happen if I run this? Will it insert the element into the array? I'm just going to refresh the page, nothing. So did you console anything? No, you didn't do anything. So first of all, you added an element. So let me print this. I want to confirm what this method will do, right? I'm just going to console.log subjects.push. I'm adding an element that I am printing. Now you can see we are getting 7 in the console. Why we are getting 7? So actually my array contain, there are 6 elements exactly. So this is 3 and 3 plus 3, 6 elements are there. If angular is added, then what is the length of the array? 7, right? What is the meaning of it? Maybe the element may be added into the array. So let me check it. So what I want to tell you here, push method will add an element to an array and it will returns the length of the array. And the return type of push method is length of the array, total number of elements after adding this. So how many elements are there? 7 elements. What is the meaning of it? It is returning the length of the array after adding the element. Now for the confirmation, I'm just printing my object array console.log. Just go and print the subjects subjects. Refresh the thing and you can see whether the element is there in the array. Yes, element is there, but where it is added? At the end of the array. So what push is doing here, remember, push method, by using this method, we can add an element to an array at last position of the array, and moreover, after adding an element, this method returns a total number of elements in the array. So for the confirmation, what I'm doing here, we added the confirmation, I just printed whether the element was added in the array or not. That's the reason. If you want, you can add one more element here. Now I'm just going to add one more element, AngularJS, something like I added. Now what is going to happen? Now you can see 2 more elements will be in the array, Angular and AngularJS. Like this also, we can add array elements, guys, here. If we want to add multiple elements, in the sense I want to add this Angular comma, you can take it one more value here. Angular node I'm taking, and one more thing, React. Let us take these multiple values here. Let us check whether it is going to add or not. React.js. Can you see if I refresh, what is going to happen? If the array contain Angular node and React also. I mean, at a time we can add multiple values also, right? This is what is going to happen. By comma separated values you can keep in push method. It is going to add all the elements to an array at a time at one request, nothing more. And one more thing, we can add an array also. See, in this situation, I want to push an array. Array also contains multiple elements, right? So here, if you want, you can take an array here. So that array also we can add. Let us go something called ext.js. And one more element I am just taking here, go.js, something like this. So can you see, if I refresh, array is also going to be added here. This is the array which contains 2 elements array. I mean, if you want to add multiple elements, we can add them. And if you want to add an array also, yes, we can add to the array. Total elements are 10 now, right? This is what push method. What push method is doing? Push method is adding an element to an array at last position. Now I have another method called unshift method. What this unshift method will do, let's check it. Subjects.unshift, let me write the same here. Subjects.unshift is the method. Unshift, shift. Yeah. This is also same as push, guys. So whatever we have added here, this is also going to add an element to an array. But where it can add, this can add an element at the first position of an array. But earlier we seen push adds an element at last position, and now this is going to add an element at first position. Can you see now the Angular is going to be the first of the array. This is the first element of the array is going to be the Angular. So what unshift is doing, and it is adding an element. See, what push can do, the same was done by unshift. The only difference between these two is, one is push is adding an element at last position, and unshift is adding an element at first position, right? So, and this method also will return the total number of elements after adding an element to an array. Same duty. Now we see how can we add an element to an array. Now I just want to go with how to remove an element from an array. We have a method called subjects.pop is the method. Pop. What pop will do, pop will remove the last element from an array. What is the last element from an array right now? Bootstrap is the last element. After removing it, it will returns the deleted element. For the confirmation, if you want, you can print it console.log. Just I'm printing, so just check it. So your output will be bootstrap. Why? Because it will delete the last element. Can you see bootstrap was not in the array? See what this method will do. This method will remove the last element from an array. After deleting, this method returns the deleted element. Which element was deleted from the array? That element it is going to be returned. After that, for the confirmation, if you want, you can go and print the array so that we will understand whether that array is containing values or not. How many values are there, right? Let us go and check it. After deleting, I'm just printing my whole array. Now I can see bootstrap in my array. Can you see now there are 5 elements only? There are no 6 elements. Actual array is 6 elements. After deleting, you are checking. If you want, you can check. This is before deleting. Before deleting, can you see? So we have 6 elements in the array. This is before deleting. So after that pop applied, the element was removed, and after that I'm checking whether the element was in the array or not by printing the method, by printing the array simply, right? That's it, guys. So we have pop method. Pop method is removing the last element. Now we have one more method called shift method. SHIFT, shift. What this method will do? This method will remove the first element from an array. After that, it is going to return the deleted element. Which element was deleted? Now HTML is going to be deleted. Can you see the actual array? This is the actual array, and after that HTML was deleted. After that, the resulted array this is. There is no HTML inside of it because we removed, right? So we removed. And you can write one more time. So if you can write 2 times, so shift to shift, then what is going to happen? In this place, HTML is going to be deleted. After the CSS is going to be deleted. Now you can check it. Your array will be like this, guys. So there is no HTML and CSS in the resulted array. So HTML and CSS was deleted. We applied shift method 2 times to delete the elements of the array. But the difference of shift and pop is pop will remove the first element. Sorry, pop will remove the last element, whereas shift can remove the first element. So for removing, we have 2 methods. For adding, we have 2 methods. Okay, we are able to add an element to an array at first position. We are able to add an element last position, and we are able to delete an element from first and last positions. But I want to add an element in a specific position, as well as I want to remove an element from a specific position. So here, to add and remove, we have a method, guys. Actually, we have an operator. Actually, this is not property. So it is not a method. In JavaScript, we can call this as the delete operator. So what this delete operator will do, by using this delete operator, we can remove an element. Can you see? Subjects of 0. Then what is going to happen? The first element is going to be deleted. If I refresh, okay, we have to check it uncaught. Subjects, sorry. This is subjects, right? Okay. Refresh it. Do you have any error? Let us check. We don't have error one. But deletes of 0 means it has some problem here. Actually, if you can use delete, it will give undefined holes. I mean, element will be removed, but it is not correct actually. Can you see? Now I am going to print it console.log subjects. Can you see the output of it? I applied delete operator to remove the element here. Can you see? Element is empty. If you want, you can find the length of it also. I just want to find the length also. After that element is deleted, what is the length of it? We have already 6 values here. So now how many values are there? 6 values. If element is removed, we have to get the 5 values now. So, but it is not giving, guys. But delete operator is not recommended to use to delete an element from an array. So, sir, now the situation I want to know, how can we add an element to an array at specific position? How can we remove an element from a specific position? I mean, adding and removing from a specific position. By default, we are able to see first position, last position. Now I want to add an element. I want to remove an element from an array from the selected position. So I have one method, guys, here. By using this method, we can do multiple jobs here. Array under splice method. SPLIC. Splice is a method. So let us check with this method. Right? What this splice method can do? This can cut an array. I mean, we can cut the array into pieces, or else we can add an element to the array without disturbing. You can add an element. You see, if you want to add an element to an array also, we have one more way, ARR of the position. What position you want to add? I want to add an element at third position. already we have some element in the third position. What is the element in the third position? We have Ajax. I'm going to add this as a node. Then what is going to happen? The node will be added to the array. So if you can, sorry, here are subjects. This is, sorry, our array is subjects. Subjects of 3. Can you refresh here? Now it was added, but if you can console.log, can you see what is going to happen? Console.log. I mean, what is the value already there in the third position? We have Ajax is there in the third position. Now the existing value overrides with the latest value. What is the latest value? This is the node is the latest value. Now if we can print the console.log of subjects, then can you see what is our output here? I'm just refreshing. Can you see where is our Ajax? Ajax gone. I mean, what I want to say now, I don't want to remove the existing value. I want to keep the existing value as well as I want to add the new value to the array. Yes guys. So in this situation, we have a best method is here, array underscore splice. Let us see the splice method, how this is going to work and all. Right. So splice, splice is a method. Subjects.splice, you have to write something like this, subjects.splice. So let us pass some 2 comma 2 I'm giving. Just I'm not doing anything, just giving 2 comma 2. Right. So if you want, we can take this into a variable also, where x equal to. Right. If you can print x, guys, what is my output here? Just I'm printing x for the confirmation. Let us check what this x contain. You can take any variable there. I'm just refreshing. Can you see? Do you have anything in the x? We have 2 comma 2. 2 comma 2. What is the meaning of 2 comma 2? From second position to 2 elements. I mean, second position to from 2 elements you are getting. I mean, second position in the sense, second position to, this is second position, and there we have to get the second element as well as the third element. So totally we are getting 2 elements. So now you are writing 2 comma 20. Then what is my output, guys? After second element, do we have 20 elements? I mean the position 2. So we don't have 20 elements, but how many elements are there? Those many elements we will get. We can get the specific portion of the array also. For example, I want to take this as a 0 comma 2. What is the meaning of 0 comma 2? If we can write 0 comma 20, you will get all the elements, right? Now you can see I'm getting all the values of the array. Now you can go with a 0 comma 2, and I mean you will get a HTML and CSS. This is how we can get nothing but we are getting the specific portion of an array. Yes, we are getting the specific portion of an array also. Now guys, all of you check it carefully. I'm going to write some other situation here. So we have to pass, we can pass some parameters to it. We pass 2 parameters. Let me pass here, let me pass 2 more parameters here. I'm just going to pass a parameter, something, nothing but what is going to happen. Please observe this carefully. I'm giving something called node, node. Please observe the output. So what is going to happen in this situation? Let us check the output. Can you see we don't have anything here? So what is the x content? The x is giving you 0 to 2 only, but I want to print my whole array. Let me check it. I'm printing my whole array, subjects. Can you see what is my output here? Is node is going to be added to the array? Let us check it, guys. Node is added to the array or not? Added to the array. Can you see it is added to the array? But what happened there? But actually in the first of the array we have 2 elements. One is HTML and CSS. They are deleted and node is added, right? Do you see? So I mean we are able to add an element to an array. Yes, what is happening here? Node is added to the array. Yes, done. But what happened here? The first elements 2 are deleted. Now you can write this as a 0 comma 0. Now we can see what is my output. Guys, if we can write 0 comma 0, at 0th position element node was added, but actually at 0th position what is there actually in the array? HTML is there, right? Can you check this? What is our output here? So it is not going to be deleted that HTML element. HTML element will be there. Earlier what happened, if we can write array of 0 something, like we written this situation. Can you see if I write this situation what happened? The existing value overrides with the new value. But in this situation, what is going to happen? It is adding node at a 0th position. Actually, we have 0th position. HTML is there, but that is not overriding, guys. But HTML, the positions are adjusted automatically. Node was added to the array. You want to add, you can one more also. You can take something called React. So I'm taking the element React. Now you can see, and node and React will be added. After HTML, the positions are adjusted automatically. Now all of you check it. I'm giving you this 4 comma node and React, 4 comma 0 node React. I mean, what is the fourth element in the array? So something like jQuery and somewhere, right? Now you can see the elements are going to be added there, guys. Can you see? Sorry. So this is Ajax up to here. We have 4 elements, right? Up to here we have 4 elements. After that, this was added, guys. Right? So the position exactly from the fourth position, the element is going to be added. 4 means fourth position. The fourth position, the element is going to be added. Can you see now? You are adding an element to an array at specific position as well. So you just mentioned 4, the element was added in the fourth position, but earlier I mentioned 3, but the existing element was deleted and the new element was added to the array. So that's what's happened. I mean, existing in the sense the existing value overrides the new value. But in this situation, is that is happening? No, it is not happening. Just array is adding nothing but the method splice is adding the elements to an array. Now, very important thing here. Now I am taking this as a 4, 2. All of you check it carefully. At fourth position, what is the fourth position element here? So this is the fourth position element. So maybe yeah. So 0, 1, 2, 3. Right, something like what is going to happen exactly here, guys? Check it carefully. 4, 2 means after 4, 2 elements will be deleted and these 2 are going to be added. Earlier I given 4, 0. If you can give 4, 0, is there anything happen, guys? Nothing. All are added, existing elements never deleted, all, and 2 more new elements also added to the array. Now you can see 4, 2. Now 2 elements will be removed and this node and react are going to be added, guys. Can you see? After Ajax, this is actually fourth position element, right? After the fourth position element, 2 elements are deleted. These 2 are deleted, fourth position and the element is deleted, and now you can see at that position node and react. I mean, if you want to delete a specific element also, we are able to remove now. So 4, 2 means after fourth element, from fourth position, 2 elements are deleted. From fourth position, 2 elements are deleted, and 2 new elements are added. Now you can see if you are not adding this, then what is going to happen? From fourth position, 2 elements will be deleted. So after that, you can just print this X, guys. Then what is going to happen? The array will be printed. Can you see now? Okay, you can just print this also. Now you can see 2 elements was removed from the fourth position and the next element is removed, guys. 4, 2 means that is the meaning of it. The position and the next element, there is nothing but 2 elements was removed. So if you want to add this, we can add like this, but what happened if you don't want to remove anything, just make this as a 0. This is nothing but, guys, here the position, number of elements to be removed, the second parameter is number of elements to be removed. I mean, you want to remove, yes, we can give the number 1, 2, 3. If you want to add, simply make it as a 0. The second position is very important. The second parameter is very important for adding, for removing. If you can pass 0, nothing will be removed. If you can pass 1, 2 or 3, then what is going to happen? The elements will be removed. After that, these are the elements to be added to the array. At what position? The fourth, from the fourth position, these elements are going to be added if you want. If you don't have, see, we passed. If you want, you can pass one more parameter here also. I'm going with GoJS, something like this. Can you see now what is going to happen now? Let's check it. So GoJS is also added, right? So 3 values are added. If you want, you can add one more parameter also. I'm just going with one more parameter, something like this, and you can check it. So it is going to be added to the array like this. We can pass the parameters like this by comma separated. So all are going to be added to the array. This is what the splice method. What the splice method is doing here? Splice method, by using this method, we are cutting the array. Nothing but we can get the specific portion of the array also, or we can add an element to the to an array at specific position, or we can remove an element from an array from the specific position. But earlier, push, pop, and shift and unshift, we are able to add, we are able to delete from the first and last positions. But now, what is this can do? This can do all the jobs, guys. We can remove first element, we can remove last element, we can add, we can remove the middle element or selected element, or we can add an element to the first position, last position at the middle of the array also. That is the splice method duty. And we can get the specific portion of the array also. You want to get only these two. For example, I want to get only these 2 elements, all these 3 only. This is specific portion of an array. Yes, we can get that 2 also, right? Yes, this is what the splice method duty, and we are able to add an element, we are able to remove an element. Here we have one more method called slice method. What is this slice method? Can you see? Splice, SPLIC. We seen some multiple behavior from this method. Now I have a method called slice. What is the meaning of slice? Nothing but cut the array into pieces. This is just duty of this method is cutting the array. subject subjects dot slice. Can you see here? Now I'm giving this as a 2 comma 3. From second position, 3 elements I want to get. This is what the position, this is what the position, this is what the number of elements you want to get. So second position to, from second position to 3 elements you will get, guys. Here if you can print the console.log here, can you see? Just I'm going to print console.log, just check it and you will understand. So from second array to 3 elements you will get. Can you see now? So sorry, 2 comma 3, I'm getting only 1. 1 minute please. Let me give 1 here only, or 2. That is what is going to happen. I just went to PHP behavior, maybe PHP in same we will enter there like this, right? Can you see now? One element is not there and remaining elements are getting. I think we have to enter like this, I believe, right? So in this, I mean 2 elements, we remove 2 elements, so this is going to do like this. 4, I mean, then what is going to happen? You will get the 4th position, the remaining array you are getting directly. So if I pass 4 comma 1, then what is my output here? 4 comma 1. You are getting anything? No, I'm not getting anything. So just pass only one parameter here. Based on the parameter, the slice method will remove the element, guys. So this is what the slice method. If you can give slice 1 comma 3 or slice 3 comma 3, then what is going to happen? If you can pass a parameter 1 comma 3 or 2 comma 3, I think so. Let me pass here 1 comma 3. Highest number I am passing. Earlier we passed 4 comma 1, right? First we passed the highest number, lowest number. Now let me give something like this. Let us check it. 1 comma 3. Now you are getting 1 and 1 comma 1 means this is actually, what is the one position we have? This is one position and you are getting something called up to here. Let me go with 1 comma 10. I am giving 1 comma 10. If you can give something like, we are getting all the elements of the array. So there is no 10 elements of that one position. So we will get something like this, guys, right? So here I am going to take 1 comma 1. You may have 0 or 1. I think so. You may have 0 array. So at least you have to pass 1 comma 2. So you will get something called CSS. And now I am going to pass 3. Now you can check it. Up to third element. We are getting something, guys. Like here 1 comma 3 means this is the starting parameter and this is the ending parameter. In between that it is getting the elements, guys, here for us, right? So I mean if you can pass here 2 comma 3 or 2 comma 10, then what is going to happen? 2 to 10. In between those parameters we are getting. Now I am going to give this as a 2 comma 5. So 2 to 5 means from second element to this is what exactly. So 5. So we have 6 totally. Now can you see? So the last element is not there in the array. So in between that range, so I understand this is 2 and 5. In between the range we are getting the things, guys. Between the given range we are getting the array values. This is starting point and ending point. This is slice method. By using this we can cut the array into pieces like this. This is exactly the slice method behavior here. Now we have a method, another method, guys, here, concat. So is a method for concatenating 2 or more arrays. Not only 2, and we can concatenate 2 arrays. Let us have one more array here where ARR equal to, I want to create one more array 10 comma 20 comma 30. So some array is here. I want to concatenate this array with another array. If you can concatenate 2 arrays, again you will get an array, right? So let's have an FA where FA final array. Let us have a variable called FA. You are going to concatenate how subjects dot concat. This is the method we have. So in this you are going to give the AR. Now you can see, just print the FA, so we can see the resultant array will be the combination of both arrays. FA, and just refresh the screen and you can check it. So it is going to be added to the array. 10, 20, 30, 40 is also added to that. If you want to add one more array, for example, I want to go with ARR1. This is going to be one more array. Let me have some string values in this array, guys, here. A, B, something called C. Now if you want to add more, then you have to come here, guys. Into this we can pass one more parameter, comma ARR1, something like this. This is if it is a single array, okay. If it is multiple array, if you want you can pass array also here. You can pass something called hollow also, right? This is also okay. Now we passed 3 arrays to this. One is ARR1 we defined, and second is ARR1 ARR, and this is hollow directly I am giving. Now you can see all the elements of the array is going to be pushed into the particular. So this is one array, and we taken this into one array, and hello is going to be one array. So like this we can concatenate multiple arrays as well. Okay guys, in next session we are going to discuss about the sorting methods. What are all the methods I have mentioned in the slide? We discussed the methods, right? So in the next session we are going to discuss about array sorting. How can we sort array values, and numerical sorting, random sorting, right? How can we find the maximum value of an array? How can you find the minimum value of the array? And we can see this in next session. Thank you guys.